Alrighty, here we are on Breitbart. Prosecutors cite Islamist motivation after driver plows car into Munich crowd. Alrighty, let's get into it. The driver behind the car ramming attack in Munich that left more than 30 people injured appears to have had an Islamist motivation. Well, he was screaming Allahu Akbar, so yeah, maybe. If a white person was screaming Das Vault after having done something similar, they would have no problem saying that he was a Christian fanatic. Anyway, continuing. They qualified the observation by claiming there's no evidence the suspect named locally as 24-year-old Farhad N was involved with any radical network. Well, you don't have to be, really, you just have to be a religious nutjob. Rather, he appeared to be a lone terror operative. Yeah, it's not hard. He's driving what, a 2-ton metal vehicle? So I'm guessing this happened in an area where they didn't have these pillar things? Because that's what these things are designed to do. They're designed to stop car rammings, right? As Breitbart News reported, the 24-year-old Afghan who arrived in Germany as an asylum seeker in 2016 and lived in Munich was arrested after sending his Mini Cooper careening into the back of a labor union demonstration in the Bavarian city on Thursday. Farhid previously had his asylum application rejected, but his deportation was suspended. So his asylum application, his reason for being in Germany, was rejected. But in the government's infinite wisdom, they didn't deport him because it said his deportation was suspended. That seems like a bad idea. Police officers pulled him out of the car after firing a shot at the vehicle, which didn't hit him. And arrested him. Munich, latest suspect is a 24-year-old Afghan asylum seeker already known to police for theft and drugs. So, why didn't they deport him under those charges? Oh, right, corporate says to bring in more workies. Prosecutor Gabriel Tillman said the suspect cried Allahu Akbar, or God is great, to police and then prayed after his arrest, which prompted the Department of Extremism and Terror to take on the case immediately. In questioning, the perpetrator admitted to deliberately driving into the demonstration and gave an explanation that I would summarize as religious motivation. He was screaming Allahu Akbar, so one reason he could be a religious fanatic of the religion of peace. 2, maybe he was upset that his asylum application got rejected. 3, maybe he thought the labor demonstration was actually an AFD demonstration and he wanted to make them regret being AFD. Because the AFD, they want to deport people who are what? Criminals. Kind of like what Trump's doing. Anyway, back to the article. There were no indications the suspect was in any Islamic extremist organization. Well, technically religion is an organization. Every religion has nut jobs. But the religion of peace has more violent nut jobs, shall I say? Farhad N posted content with religious references such as Allah protect us always on social media, where he described himself as a bodybuilder and fitness model. A bodybuilder, you say? So you know what? I'm gonna say it. Maybe he was upset he couldn't get any white girl. Just saying. Anywho, continuing. Now they talk about how they looked into his chat, apparently with relatives, in which the suspect wrote, "Perhaps I won't be there anymore tomorrow." Yeah, that's kind of ominous, but so far they have found nothing that points to concrete preparations for the attack or anyone else being involved. I mean, does he really need time to prepare? What I mean by that, this demonstration, right? It would have had to have been sanctioned by the government, and then the government would have put up notices about this demonstration that was going to happen on said date. So he would have had plenty of time to know where this demonstration was taking place. At least for me, every time there's a demonstration or a parade or something, there's temporary signage put up. It's in the newspaper. It's online in my local area. And why? So that you can go around it. But this guy, he had no intention of going around it. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz responded harshly and with stern words after the incident. This perpetrator cannot hope for any leniency. Well, he's already received lots. I mean, he was known to police for drugs and theft, but he wasn't deported. His asylum application was rejected, and he still wasn't deported. So he's already gotten lots of leniency. In other words, if the politicians had deported him when he did all his thieving and drugs, none of this would have happened. But hey, that would have been too complicated, right? Anywho, that's it for my thoughts on this tragedy. Take care out there in Clown World.